talk about some tips and some things people can do to get on the customer journey path. One of the things that you've also talked about before is being always on. So maybe you can tell us a little about how you keep it personal across so many different channels at Infor, because you've got to juggle different languages and cultures and still have a coherent brand voice.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, Lisa, especially if you're managing a global marketing team and are in a lot of different regions. So it's a huge challenge, and managing that for brand consistency is not easy. We've always had that challenge at Infor, I'll be honest, and communication's key. Along with having the access to the tools that can do everything from managing your all of your marketing materials that kind of represent this big collage right here, your digital assets, your resources and people, the projects, budgets, tracking your spend and getting creative approvals, and all of the analytics that you need to measure, are you being successful in your business. So we can't just rely on email or the phone anymore. There's way more to it today than that. And this graphic shows many of these moving parts in a marketer's world. We got a lot to assimilate. So how do you make sense of all that? How do you keep visible over that, over your entire marketing operation? How do you get your campaigns to market faster? How do you ensure brand consistency? So these are all challenges that we face.
Yeah, they sure are. Can you show us here on this graphic one or two areas that either are just very nascent or are areas you continually either struggle with or keep testing in hopes to find that holy grail answer?
Yeah, maybe the next slide will kind of help that. So this is how we look at the world within Infor marketing. And so there's a lot of things on here. There's different types of activities that start the engagement and create the initial demand at the top of the funnel. And then there are activities that help do nurturing along the way, taking the buyer through their buyer's journey. So everything from attract them to engage them to nurture them and ultimately convert that into a sale, and then ensure loyalty and happy customers on the back end. So there's a whole variety of inbound activities and outbound activities. The thing that I want to really stress is that at the hub of everything is our corporate website, and that's really where we're driving all of our interactions. Ultimately, it's the destination, to really, compile all the answers that our target audience needs. So, I think that this is, I wouldn't say that we're, knocking it out of the park in every single area here. There's a lot of things that constantly need evolving and tweaking and tuning, everything from SEO to SEM to making sure that you're accessing the right targets and taking advantage of all of the sources out there for contacts with all of the rich information that surround them.
So is it fair to say, Chip, that the SEO and the SEM areas are a constant learning area that hasn't been completely figured out and codified?
Sure, I think it's a challenge for everybody and something that can continually be improved and modified and tweaked.
Most definitely, and I mean, companies like Google and Facebook keep changing the rules. So if any of you listening are using those platforms, then you know that it's hard to stay on top of the changes there in the rules. We're going to talk about another company that deals with these challenges. So tell us more about Wolters Kluwer Health.
Another example of how a company manages all of their marketing resources and campaigns using a marketing resource management system. Wolters Kluwer is a publisher of medical, nursing, and health information. They put that out in many forms like books and journals, loose leaf documents, newsletters, electronic media. And like many publishers, they have a huge amount of custom systems that run their business, none of which, by the way, are terribly helpful for marketers, right? The marketing team has to log in, or previously had to log into 6 different tools to get the marketing information that they needed. So now they use a marketing resource management tool to run their marketing. It helps report on the status of their campaigns. It does a great job of reporting the business results, what kind of return are they getting on their marketing investments. And they're a global company. They've got marketers across U.S. and Europe and Asia. They're always on, no matter what time zone or geography they work in.
Yeah, so you bring up that tip again, always on, be always on. It's something you have to really understand about your customers.
The tip, be always on. The bottom line is we all need a holistic view of all the moving parts of our marketing campaigns. We need visibility into the campaign information and the resources and the budgets across all channels and touch points.